Yahoo! Ms. Hannah here again. Last week we talked about our compost and how you guys were Earth's chefs by creating really good healthy soil to put back in the earth that the earth just loves. I also said I was going to introduce a new friend that is also a chef for the earth. Okay, but I'm actually going to introduce two friends and tell you a story about my two friends that really help make the earth really healthy. Okay, but first we must give our thanks. So I am so grateful for Paya. Paya keeps me healthy, keeps my skin healthy, keeps my tummy healthy, keeps my brain really healthy, especially when it gets really hot. What are you thankful for? Share with your family, ask your family members what they're thankful for today. Okay, so my two friends behind me, I have Kiwa, or the worm, and his hat. My second friend, Tsikini, or chicken. Okay, I have a chicken and a worm, and they are my two greatest friends for keeping the earth really healthy. Okay, so my story is actually called The Chicken and the Worm, Tsikini and Kiwa. Okay, we're gonna learn about how they keep the earth really healthy. Okay, there's my two friends. Are you ready? I am a chicken and I am a worm, they say as they're meeting each other. We come in many shapes, sizes, and colors. Oh wait, says the worms. So do we. Huh. I happen to be a Rhode Island red. The worm says, and I am a red wiggler. What do those two have in common? Maybe the word red? Chicken says, I live in a coop. The worm says, my home is a wooden bin. What do those two pictures have in common? Maybe some soil? My nest is made of cozy straw, says the chicken. I cuddle into strips of moist newspaper, says the worm. My eggs are beautiful and brown. Who likes chicken eggs? I know, I love chicken eggs. And the worm says, my cocoons look like tiny lemon drops. Who likes lemon? I love lemon. Okay. Wow, chicken says, I lay an egg almost every day. And the worm says, I create 2 or 3 cocoons a week. Each cocoon holds 3 to 4 babies. So a cocoon is like an egg that holds 3 or 4 babies. Okay, so there's the chicken egg and there's the cocoon. Look, they're crying for mama. Chickens have no teeth. Our food is stored in our crops and chopped up in our gizzard. So it's stored here, and there's their gizzard. Wow, says the worm. Worms have crops and gizzards too. Look, crop and gizzard. Looks like they had a yummy lunch. Chicken says, we eat beans and watermelon and grapes, corn, pizza crusts, and pecans. Who else eats those things? Oh, we do. We also eat those things. The worm says, oh, yes, we do too. And tea bags and coffee grounds. Who else does that? Maybe our parents? Chicken says, we do not feed chicken honey buns. Chickens don't like sugar. Worm says, do not feed a worm a hamburger. Those are just too much for the worm's gizzards. They don't like them very much. Chicken says, did you know that my manure helps plants and vegetables grow? Look, did you know that? Oh, says the worm, mine too. Worm manure is called castings. Red wigglers make the world's best worm castings. Okay, So the chicken manure helps plants grow, and so do worm castings. Chicken says, sometimes I get to put into the chicken tiller to search for bugs. My sharp beak and claws help to loosen the soil so plants can grow. Okay, so they like to chop up the soil so the plants can grow up. Kind of like a shovel maybe? The worm says, my cousin, the earthworm, does the same thing as it tunnels deep underground. So this is the chickens. Look, they're breaking up the soil. And the earthworm, which is the red wriggler's cousin, makes tunnels. Whoa, says Chicken. A worm with a beak and claws? Yikes, it's kind of scary. No, silly. I was trying to say that both chickens and worms help care for the earth. Who else cares for the earth? You do! Okay. Says, you've got that right. Look, the chicken and the worm are best friends now. Chicken says, who knew worms could be so special? Worm says, who knew chickens could be so important? The end. So just like we help take care of the earth, so do worms and so do chickens. Can you remember how they do it? They both have manure, but the worm's manure is called castings. So the worms have castings, the chicken have manure. What are other ways? Ooh, the chickens use their beaks. What do they do with their beaks? They break up the soil. They break up the soil so that plants can grow, right? Nice. And what about earthworms? What do earthworms do? They dig little tunnels into the soil to break it up. What is in common with all of those things that us humans, worms, and chickens do? They create healthy soil, they compost with manure or with castings, and food scraps. They like to eat our food scraps so they can create manure, okay, just like we did with our compost. Okay, they also help loosen up the soil to give the plants room to grow. Okay, so those are my friends, Tsikini and Kiwa. Okay, maybe go hunting. Find some Kiwa in the ground and see what they're doing. We are going to next learn how to build a home for our Kiwas. Okay, we're gonna build little worm boxes. All right, see you guys next time.